I honestly couldn't think of a name for the video, so I'm just gonna name it a week in the life of a collector and a customizer. Or I will loa cack. Rolls right off the tongue. This is that KO Robot Masters Oversized Prime that I got in a video a while back. If you didn't see it and you want to see what it looked like before I put paint on him, just head back into my upload section. But this week was a weird one. And this bot is not worth a full 5-minute video on his own. So I'm going to cover it both. I'm going to show you what I've done to him, and I'm going to talk about my week. But basically this week started by getting enamel thinner on my custom hot rod that I'm sending out to Hot Rodney. Took the black paint off his leg. Obviously not a good thing, so stripped it, repainted it. In doing so, I had my paints out. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a speed custom on him. I swear I didn't put more than 4 hours in him. He's really not worth that many hours. I just thought, hey, let's make him look a little cooler and see if I'm happy with him standing on my chug shelf. As far as size goes, he's a touch taller than Evasion Optimus and about the same as Animated. I was real quick about it. These are like single coats of paint. I used gloss for everything but the silver, and I used a flat sky blue on the back of his windows. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but it's a nice little trick. I haven't used it too many times, but if you paint a flat color on the back of a window, it looks much more natural and even. There's no point in covering the top surface. Looks a lot smoother when you do the inside. Even the gun, you'll see, like, this is, you know, lazy quick stuff, man. Just painted that black, it was blue. No details. I even went light on the details. There's a lot of things that could have been picked out, like what will be the lights in truck mode. There's his Robot Masters looking mug. As I said again, I didn't put too much work. I probably should have carved down these little cheek panels. They're a little big. But again, it's an $11 toy, so I gave him $11 customization, if you know what I mean. A decent amount of time was creating this panel. It's just something that's going to cover his head when he's in truck mode. I'll show you more about that in a bit. But that's what the back of him looks like. He's pretty closed in, pretty fair. He's got some hollow arms, but yeah, that's my custom Prime. Let's transform him. As far as art mold goes, he's about the same size as your Evasion Mode Optimus from AoE. You could see the Voyager from Animated. It's a little bigger. But that's him. I did do some carving to his knees so that all the wheels roll. That didn't happen out of package. This is that little thing I just noticed now. The peg's a little long, so it doesn't get all the way down, but I will sand that down and fix that up. That roof section would usually expose his head. I'm going to pull it out just to show you. Usually you'd see this bot with that head. I just took a piece off of a KO Megatron, I think it was, and I made a peg hole for it on the back. But that's what that is, and it simply plugs into an existing hole in the back of his head. So that's Optimi. He's alright. I mean, he's not worth a lot. I wouldn't recommend him by any means unless you feel it would be fun to paint him, and I'll admit it was kind of fun. The result is still pretty Robot Masters, not so special looking. Look at that light piping. Nice. By the way, there's no weapon storage whatsoever, so if you wanted to, you know, drill some holes into him or something, I guess you could. Not really worth it, in my opinion. Also, this week I got 2 free KO Leader Class Ironhides. Yes, they were free. Long story short, friend bought one, got screwed, got sent another one. The second one took over 2 months. He just said, give me my money back, forget about it. And then a couple days later, it shows up in the post. Dude hates them, knows I like Ironhide. Now they're in my possession. He thought maybe I could paint them up. Let me know if you guys think I should give one of these away, maybe customize. Maybe I could customize this into like a movie Trailbreaker or something. Or even just give them away straight up for my subscriber giveaways. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. But I got 2 of these free. Obviously, one of them I'm going to keep. He does have posable hands. The quality on these are poor. If you want my opinion, I'll get that out of the way. I don't think they're worth what they're selling for. If you could get one of these things for 20 bucks, go ahead and, you know, mess around. But definitely not worth the 50 or 60 I think they're asking online. Also, this week after this video, I'm going to be shooting a little review on this guy for a collaborative effort. It's going to be a really unique video. If you want to know more about that, go join the Transformers and Such Facebook page. A lot of cool guys. That's going to be a cool video. After I shoot that, we got a couple more people that need to get involved, and we're going to have a really cool video. Now, why the hell did I buy these? Well, I had a little customizing idea. I'm going to shut up for a bit, though, because this is the fun part. For some reason, I wish Transformers still did this. I find it so cool to have that checklist of all the things you can get. It just gets you fired up about the figures, looking at all of them, seeing what you don't have, what you want. We don't even get an instruction booklet anymore, so whatever. But basically, I want this to come off. I'll do this live. Let's see how this works. Well, it comes straight off. But for a hint on what I'm going to do, and I'll tell you at the end of the video anyways. I gotta do some carving. There's some extra flash and stuff in there. And this guy's gonna need a lot of work. But rack your brains, people. And you know, I'm a Turtles dude, man. I like the Turtles. Oh, spill. I like the Turtles, so I'm all cool with having an extra turtle. How do I get this fucking knick-knack off of here? Can you believe you actually need a screwdriver to get this little waist knick-knack off? There's a screw. And then once you do get it off, what I'm not understanding, there's like this little flexible stuff here and a hinge. It opens. You put your, well, I won't say, but you could you could put stuff in there, I guess. I don't know. What's up with that? Man. Also curious what you guys thought about that first line of Nickelodeon Turtles. They don't really look like they did in the cartoons. This looks more like the cartoons, minus the eyeballs, even though they do white out once in a while in battle. But these were way more detailed, and I really like them. But they technically don't look exactly like in the cartoon, where this definitely does. Only sad thing I think about this figure is when you take that belt off, you get that on the back. And you don't really get the cool bandana type thing. But actually, it's really on a standalone. It's not that bad of a little figure. And what would a week in the fandom be like without watching some YouTube videos? Not very good in my opinion, so I've attached my top 15 collector-based videos. They're in a playlist. I'll put a link or something down there. They have that Willow Cack moniker on top of it. So much fun to say. So I'm going to need to do some serious modification to his hands, his feet, and his face. But you guys don't know what I'm going to be doing them into unless you have an idea. If you have an idea, pipe it in the comments because I'm going to tell you right away. I will say this, I found this in my bag of junk. Every customizer has bags of junk like this in a box. Just pieces of bots that didn't survive. I found this and I have no idea where it's from. I took some of the gold paint off of it, but I want to make a Galvatron cannon. And the funny thing is I find this piece and I have no idea where it comes from. I know what every piece in that bag comes from, I'll be honest, except for this one. And somehow, it's the exact size where if I carve it out, this will plug in and I could paint it and do a Galvatron gun. So that's a customizer thing this week again. It's a crazy week. This is going to be Primacron. Google it. Call the primitives. He's going to be a smart little monkey dude. He needs a new face. He needs 4-finger hand instead of a 5. He wears boots. He doesn't have warts. So I got work. But it's going to be wicked. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. And after this video, I'm going to be shooting a special collaborative video. I couldn't even get that out of my mouth.